Communication is so important. If you want to be a standout soccer player, you want to be the type of player who can impact the game and actually influence their teammates and make them play better, you need to understand the importance of communication, and you need to work on improving your communication skills. Now, not only on the field, but definitely off the field, communication is so important. Just think about it. Life is all about human relations. How do you interact with other people? Now, if you're not willing to improve the way you communicate with others and work on actually being able to persuade someone to understand your point of view, then you're never really going to get what you want out of life, okay? So make a commitment right now to become a better communicator. Number one, get over being shy, okay? We're past that now. We should be by now. Don't be afraid to open your mouth. And 3, actually work on the words that are coming out of your mouth so you can get what you want. So how do you communicate effectively or become a better communicator? Well, it starts by, like we said, making the commitment to improve. Now, in this video, we're going to go into depth, into detail, and see how it applies specifically on the soccer field. But I want you to think about this interesting concept. Now, there's been lots of studies, been lots of research done, and what they discovered is when two people communicate, 55% of the message that the receiver got, okay, so two people, sender and receiver, 55% of the message that the receiver got was from body language. 38% was from the tone of their voice. And 7% was the actual words. So think about that for a second. It may not be so important what you're actually saying, the words that you're saying. It's how you say it. It's how you get that message across. Okay? For example, let's say a coach was trying to motivate his team before the big game. So he walked in the room, he looked the boys in the face, and he said, "Guys, we got to go out there and win this game. I want you to play your absolute best. Let's go get them." Okay? A little different compared to a coach who came in the locker room. His body language was up. Okay? He was intense. He was ready. His energy was high. You could hear the tone in his voice. He said, "Boys, we have to win this game. Are you going to go out there and give everything you got?" Okay? Maybe a little over the top. Not the best example. But you can see the difference in those two forms of communication. It's not what you say so much as how you actually say it. Eye contact is absolutely massive. I tell this to my players all the time, not because I want them to communicate well with each other on the field. Obviously, that would be a great benefit. But just because this is such a valuable lesson for general communication. Okay? Too many people are scared to make eye contact. Now, if you want to show someone respect and you want to have them engaged, okay, you don't want them to lose focus, you want them to actually listen to what you're saying, eye contact is so important. So when you're talking to someone, actually look them in the eyes. Too many people would just look down or look to the side. They'll look anywhere except in the person's eyes. So next time you're having a conversation with them, try to make eye contact 80% of the time. Okay? You don't want to stare at them until they're freaked out and think you're a psycho. You want to have relaxed eye contact. When you want to look at them, look away every so often. But most importantly, look them in their eyes. Simply using these few tips, you're going to have a lot more success and you're going to feel a lot more comfortable communicating with people. Now, how does this apply on the field? This is what we're really after. Communication on the field is so important because if players don't communicate, there's too much confusion, there's not enough organization or even motivation and energy in your players. Now, I want to break communication, soccer communication, into 3 different areas, okay? Number 1 is descriptive communication, and we're going to go through all of these one at a time. Number 2 is corrective communication. Number 3 is motivating communication. If you want to become a better communicator, you're first going to have to overcome any fear of talking or being shy. Okay, I want you to get past this. I promise if you do, you make a commitment to solve this issue, you're going to have so much more success in your life, so much more happiness, and everything is going to be so much easier for you. So how do you get over the fear of talking? Well, it's simple. You just have to start. Okay? There's no secret formulas here. The only way you're going to become better at this is by actually facing the fear and overcoming it. Okay? So how do you do this? I want you to start conversations with everyone, anywhere. Okay? This is such a huge lesson. If you can learn to develop this skill, you will be a master persuader in no time. You will be the type of person who can walk into any room, talk to any person with extreme confidence. Okay? So just start conversations. You see a friend in the hallway, say hello. You see a stranger in the hallway, even more important, say hello. How are you doing? That's all you have to do. Go on with your day. Okay? Throughout your life, you're going to be in so many situations where there's you and another person, and the logical thing to do would be to have a conversation. But for some reason, so many people in that situation, they don't do anything. They close their mouths. Okay? They know they should say hi or at least spark up some conversation, but they don't. They keep it inside. Not you. Not anymore. Every time you come across someone, make it your mission to put a smile on their face. And all you have to do that is have a smile on your face. Okay? Say hello, how are you? Be on your way. If you can just start this little habit, it will produce massive results that you actually have no idea how big they could be. Descriptive communication is what should be coming out of your mouth most of the time. Now, this is communication that is going to help your teammates make better decisions. So this can be on the ball or off the ball. Offensively, you're going to say things like turn, man on, time, okay, put in the cross, pass, shoot, these sorts of things, okay? Now, it's very important that you're actually helping your teammates make decisions. If my teammate's receiving the ball and he has a man on his back and I don't say anything, it's not necessarily his fault if he gets tackled. It's my fault for not giving him the proper communication. Now, defensively, same idea. You need to give information to your teammates so they can make better decisions and do what you actually want them to do. So you can say things like cover, press, push up, pressure, yes, switch, pass them on. Okay, these types of things. Corrective communication is communication that you have with a teammate where your main objective is helping them to correct their mistakes. Okay, corrective communication. Now this is a sensitive topic because let's be honest, most people cannot take criticism. Obviously you can take criticism because you're a special breed, you're using my material, your mind is open, and you know the importance of accepting criticism and being humble and respecting other people's opinions. Okay, so when you give corrective communication, you want to be very careful how you come across. Do not talk down to people, talk with them. Okay, so let's say for an example, you want the ball, let's say you're playing winger. You want the ball because you're making this run up the wing all the time, but your midfielder isn't giving you the ball. Okay, instead of going up to him after the play and saying something like, "Give me the ball already," that's not going to give you the same success as you approach him calmly and you said, "Hey Brian, I'm making these runs up the wing all day. You need to give me the ball because I'm going to do something productive with it. I'm going to get you that cross in the box. I'm going to get a goal." Okay? So talk to him on the same level. You're not talking down, you're talking with. Okay? This is great for coaches too, especially important for coaches. If you're always talking down your players, they're going to resent you. If you're talking with them, giving them positive feedback, trying to get more out of them, that's where you're going to be successful with your corrective communication. Now, the last form of communication, and my personal favorite, is motivating communication. Okay, this is so important, much more than you actually realize. If you, as a player on the field, want to be able to control the energy of your teammates, the mindset of your teammates, then this motivating communication is so important. Okay? What do I mean by motivating communication? Simply what the title says. I'm trying to get my teammates pumped up, motivated, confident, and continually working hard on the field. So how do you do this? You can do this in every play that happens. If your teammate makes a good play, okay, congratulate them. Say, yes, well done. Keep up the great work. Again, using first name, very powerful with this technique. Okay, so anytime someone does something good, you want to praise them. You want to give them that respect. You want to clap and say, well done. Can you keep doing that again and again? If someone does something good, but no one gives them recognition, no one says, hey, that was really good, they're not very likely to do it again. Okay, but if someone makes a good play, they make a simple pass, and you say, wow, well done, man, keep up the great work, they're much more likely to do that same play again and again. Okay? On the other side of things, if you want to motivate someone, but they're not playing very well, okay, you can still do that. Let's say someone is continually making mistakes. The first 5 minutes of the game, they're just playing horribly. Everything they touch goes wrong. Okay, their head's down, they're upset, they're frustrated with themselves. Okay? That's your job. It is their responsibility to bring themselves up, but let's be realistic. Unless they're an enlightened player, they're not going to do that. They're not going to take it upon themselves to bring themselves up. So I want you to take responsibility for your teammates, and I want you to bring them up when they're feeling down. Okay, so when they make a mistake, they're not playing well, you say, hey, come on, Brian. I know you're a great player. You can play better than this. Let's go. Okay? A little different than saying, hey, come on, pick it up. No one likes to be talked down to. Let's be honest, it's always in the game. It's everywhere. Okay? But if you want to be a motivator, you need to talk with people. Can you bring them up when they're feeling down? When they are up, can you take them even higher? As you can see, this is a very in-depth topic, and we could go for days. So let's review before you move on. First idea I want you to think about is it's not so much what you say, but how you say it. So the next time you're having a conversation with someone, I want you to play with your tone. Play with your body language. Okay, try these things. Is everything congruent with the message that you're trying to give? Next thing, look people in the eyes when you're having conversation, when you're shaking hands. It shows respect and it shows that you actually appreciate. Next thing is use people's first names. Again, this shows huge appreciation. Everyone loves to hear their name. Okay, it sounds great coming off your tongue, no matter who you are. So use people's names when you're communicating with them. Now, on the field, use descriptive communication as much as possible. Get over that shyness. Open your mouth. Okay, ask for the ball. Give people direction. Help out as much as you can. Be a motivator. Be the best motivator on your team. Okay? This isn't your coach's job, it's your job. I want you to take responsibility. Can you motivate your team? Can you get everyone pumped up? Now, this is much more effective on the field, in the heat of battle, rather than talking to your team, giving a motivational speech, unless that's your thing and you have that sort of skill. But when you're on the field, bring people up when they're down, when they're frustrated with themselves. When people are up, when they're doing well, congratulate them, keep them there, bring them even higher. When you're using corrective communication, be very careful how you come across. Don't talk down to people, talk with them. Okay, this is tons of valuable information that you can start using right away to improve the way you communicate. Now, before you leave and move on, I want you to think about the idea that you were given 2 ears and 1 mouth. Okay? So as much as we're talking about communication and the importance of talking, opening your mouth, it's so important that you learn the skill of listening. Okay? 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you talk.